Mathematics is discovered, not invented. The question. Beneath the question. To ask whether mathematics is invented or discovered is not merely an academic inquiry. It is a metaphysical question disguised as a technical one. At its core, it asks something far more unsettling. Is reality structured independently of us, or do we impose structure upon chaos? If mathematics is invented, then it is a clever human fiction, an elaborate language we designed to tame the universe. If mathematics is discovered, then it is something far more profound, a pre-existing order woven into reality itself, waiting patiently to be uncovered. The evidence leans overwhelmingly toward discovery, not because mathematics is useful, but because it is inevitably correct even when no one is looking. The universe does not ask for our permission to obey equations. It does not change its behavior when humans disappear. The same ratios, symmetries, constants, and relationships existed long before consciousness evolved to notice them, and they will persist long after. This suggests something startling. Reality already runs on structure. Mathematics is the language of that structure, not its author. 2. Why mathematical truth feels unearthed, not designed. When humans invent something, tools, languages, systems, it bears the fingerprints of choice. Alternatives are equally valid. Styles differ. Rules can be bent. Mathematics does not behave this way. There is no alternative version of P. There is no cultural variant of prime numbers. There is no philosophical school where 2 plus 2 sure 5 works consistently. Mathematical truths have an uncompromising rigidity that feels less like creation and more like excavation. Consider this. Mathematicians often describe their greatest discoveries not as acts of imagination, but as moments of recognition. They do not say, "I made something new." They say, "I realized what was already there." Entire branches of mathematics were uncovered decades or centuries before they had any practical application. Non-Euclidean geometry existed as a theoretical curiosity long before it became essential to Einstein's general relativity. Complex numbers were dismissed as imaginary before they became indispensable to quantum mechanics and electrical engineering. How could something invented for its own sake later map reality with surgical precision? The odds of coincidence collapse under their own weight. Invention explains usefulness. Discovery explains inevitability. 3. The unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. Physicist Eugene Wigner famously called mathematics' success in describing reality unreasonable. And it truly is. If mathematics were merely a human invention, why should symbols scribbled by primates on a rock perfectly predict the bending of spacetime, the behavior of subatomic particles, the life cycle of stars, the probability distributions of chaos, the resonance of sound, the symmetry of snowflakes, the growth patterns of plants? The same equations appear everywhere, across scale, context, and domain. The math that governs electron orbitals echoes the math that governs planetary motion. The same differential equations describe fluid flow, traffic patterns, and the spread of information. The same fractal geometry appears in coastlines, lungs, lightning, and galaxies. This is not efficiency. This is universality. If mathematics were invented, we would expect mismatch, approximations, local success. Instead, we find cosmic consistency. The universe behaves as if it already knows the math. IV. Patterns exist without observers. One of the strongest arguments for discovery is this: patterns exist whether or not anyone is there to see them. Before humans existed, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter was already p. Prime numbers were already infinite. The Fibonacci sequence already appeared in shells and spirals. Symmetry already governed crystals. Chaos already followed strange attractors. No mind was required for these truths to hold. This alone dismantles the idea of invention. You cannot invent something that was already functioning flawlessly before you arrived. Humans did not give reality its structure. We noticed it. And noticed something important. The universe does not merely allow mathematical description, it demands it. Every phenomenon, when examined deeply enough, collapses into relationships, ratios, functions, and constraints. Reality behaves less like a narrative and more like a computation. Mathematics is not imposed on reality, it is extracted from it. V. Why multiple civilizations found the same math. Across history, cultures isolated by oceans and centuries arrived at the same mathematical truths, not similar ones, the same ones. 0. Geometry, trigonometry, calculus, independently developed. Prime numbers, ratios, algebraic relationships. This convergence is impossible to explain if mathematics is merely cultural invention. Languages diverge wildly, religions differ dramatically, art styles vary endlessly, but mathematics converges. Different symbols, yes. Different notation, yes. But identical truths, because the destination was never chosen. When explorers travel the same landscape from different directions, they eventually describe the same terrain. Mathematics is that terrain, in the strange sense that math is already complete. There is a quiet intuition many mathematicians share but rarely articulate. The feeling that mathematics is not being built, but revealed layer by layer, like an infinite structure whose rooms are entered one at a time. This intuition deepens when we realize something unsettling. Mathematical truth does not depend on physical reality to exist. Even if the universe vanished, the relationship between numbers would remain logically intact. Even if no particles existed, prime numbers would still be prime. This places mathematics in a category unlike any other human endeavor. It is not contingent. It is not empirical. It is not negotiated. It simply is. Mathematics feels less like a tool and more like a realm. 7th, reality as structured information. Modern physics increasingly describes reality not as matter, but as information. Particles behave like probability functions. Space and time behave like variables. The universe evolves according to equations, not intentions. From quantum fields to cosmological constants, reality appears constrained by mathematical necessity, not preference, not chance, not storytelling. Even randomness follows rules. Even chaos has structure. Even uncertainty is bounded by equations. This leads to a staggering possibility. Reality may be mathematical at its foundation, not merely described by math, but composed of it. In this view, mathematics is not a map of the universe. It is the blueprint. 8. Why this feels uncomfortable. The idea that mathematics is discovered threatens something deeply human. It suggests, we are not authors of reality. We are not the source of order. We are not the architects of truth. Instead, we are witnesses, explorers, interpreters, listeners. This challenges the modern instinct to place human consciousness at the center of existence. But paradoxically, it also elevates us, because to discover something eternal is more meaningful than to invent something temporary. We are not gods of structure. We are receivers of it. 9. Mathematics as the signature of something deeper. If mathematics is discovered, then the final question becomes unavoidable. What is it a signature of? Structure implies origin. Order implies source. Consistency implies intention, or at least necessity. Whether one interprets this spiritually, philosophically, or cosmologically, the implication is the same. Reality is not arbitrary. It is constrained, shaped, bound by intelligibility. And intelligibility implies that reality was meant to be understood, not fully, not easily, but genuinely. Mathematics is not cold, it is coherent. X. Final reflection. Mathematics does not behave like fiction. It behaves like law. It does not bend to belief. It does not care about opinion. It does not change with culture. It waits, patiently, silently, eternally, until someone uncovers it. And every time we do, the universe responds, not with surprise, but with confirmation. Yes, that's correct. That was always there. Reality already runs on structure. Mathematics is not our creation. It is our discovery,